Well, it's fun.
It's not important
Okay,
anymore.
so we get
right. We have
Yoru Neon.
coming through here.
We at least have
the Harbor Vipers, the double controller. The Sova, of course, is going to be there.
3 out of 4 teams so far have been playing no Sentinel. So at the very least, Yoru's pretty good against the Cypher. The Shock Dart's obviously good against the Cypher trips as well. This is just more of a traditional comp. This is a little bit of madness. At least we didn't go for the 3 duelists, we went for the 2.
That being said, there's also the
So there's that.
between the Yoru and the Sova that we'll probably see later on when they have their ultimates, but yeah.
And they have 3 walls to slice up the map as they like. I mean, there are different ways that they're definitely cooking something.
The good news is,
and
okay, the good news for NDG, especially on attack, is he can be everywhere. No Sentinels, I'm expecting this guy to get... Is 20 too much on attack?
I mean, and if this was
I'm going to aim for this guy to get 20 kills on attack. We'll see where he gets. But he should find timing. It shouldn't be 20, but at least some good impact. I want him to be everywhere. If they give this guy a bit of freedom, he can just wreck this comp in theory. Let's see what Talon have. Talon on defense, Team Secret on attack.
Makes sense because on the defensive side, especially with halls being opened up, if you're not watching that with the Sentinel, how are you going to make it happen? I guess with just
Jesus, that's his first bullet into the...
They managed to start things off with a double kill.
Welcome.
What a way to open your debut in VCT Pacific. Governor, a lot of people had questions about the pickup, but trying to silence the doubters from the pistol round.
This?
The very first match.
Oh, a little bit unlucky with that one. Okay, this was a 3v5. To make this play, once you get the first kills, was too much. We'll call him out for that. Shouldn't be doing that one.
Yeah, good back out from Governor. Of course, a bit of a mishap coming down from Halls, but they should still be able to find some good shots. Cruz will eventually clean up that kill, and that makes things a lot easier. The door open is a good sign for Governor as well, and just Jesse Vash left spotted. Okay, Com's a little delayed, but Governor will find the headshot.
Sick pistol from Governor. Dude, this first shot through the smoke, I don't even know if he... I don't know what kind of info we got, but
entire roster was built around.
It was very nice.
Apple
just with 4 months, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you.
This entire roster was built around him. They want to support him. He's the duelist, and he's here to frag. And this first round says it all.
Yeah, I mean, even in the Emerge video, Lenny talks about how he was actually impressed with the playmaking and kind of the smart decisions that Governor is able to make. Now on the Neon, some extra utility to work around as well with things like the fast lane and the relay bolt. We saw
almost went for the 3 Bulldogs. Over towards attack, we are literally buying nothing other than util, and this is a chance to farm the orbs, the potential all early. Let's see.
Supported by Cruz as well with that cast.
Speaking of orbs,
I mean, just
Cruz goes over towards here, picks up the A1 as well, so he's halfway. Governor halfway.
It's just so much going into this. Lenny tries to hold up tunnel, able to take down 1. It's information enough for Talon.
Yeah, and only the Ghost as well. I don't mind it at all. In fact, I like it, right? They're very aware of the fact that, okay, you're the one with a pistol. You could push out a bit. Yeah, you might have questions about it's a Sova, etc., but at the end of the day, this is an anti-eco. What matters is you win the round.
Yeah, they at least get a plant. They get a plant, they get 1 kill so far.
These long-range rifles into the bonus. And good shot from long range. NDG staying alive behind the wall. This deep dig in from Envy, though. He's already all the way through Nest. I don't think they're going to suspect the timing here.
However, he's only got a classic, so you got to close in the distance. You got to be able to, get a quick double tap in or something. Because if not, Envy
honestly,
might not be able to do all.
They get another one here.
Blocks off so much. Governor spots
still,
him out. Easy
I would be fine with it.
Easy second round win for Talon.
2 kills. They take away 1 gun because obviously this was a ghost. Get a plant as well, extra bit of money. Not too bad at all.
Things go as planned. Dropping just a Marshall by. So
bonus with a double duelist as well. They could definitely send it if they wanted to.
On Governor now as well.
Oh yeah, they get his ult out as well, so they can throw over one of the save guns, use his ult.
With the overdrive, really tighten up the map here on a bonus.
Not to mention, Lenny was holding onto a ghost. I mean,
oh man, surely they send this. Yoru Flash with the Neon ult.
Over into a bonus. So the question is for Team Secret, I mean, what is their game plan? Because so far, out on the attack, it hasn't worked out so well.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see it as well. Do we have a Yoru Flash lineup for this, or are we
They're not going to push out right away. I like the patience from Talon.
Are we
Wait for some
freestyling
early contact. You know that the opponents have to play a bit slow. They don't want to take any big risks just yet.
Okay.
Didn't pop the ult.
They've adapted to this already.
Oh, and look at this. They
I like
pulled
this
back.
idea though,
I
the
mean,
fact
second
that they
cascade
changed up
used
a little
maybe
bit with the
bit of an
pistol and
extra
actually did it a little bit
investment in terms of
later,
utility, but
so
the
they
point is,
could try and
pressured
catch
them, they
anyone
let
in
them
this
know that
square.
it's Leon there with a relay bolt. Now
Harbor
they're trying to
ult.
really just funnel them into A main.
Ew.
Just checking around. Nobody's
Wait, what
here
did I
though.
just see on the
Team
minimap?
Secret just waiting.
Where did this
things
recon
out.
land?
Yes,
In the
you
middle?
picked up the overdrive, but that
Looked like
thing
a
can
harbor
burn out
ult.
as well
It
if
looks so
doesn't
weird for me.
find
Okay,
any kills.
recon
So
goes in
that
over
might
towards
be their
middle.
idea.
Doesn't see
We're running
anyone.
out of time, so it might be sensible to make a move. Ban, however, seeing that they made a move, takes one out, tries to look for another, gets gunned down by Envy instead. A little bit sharper, and with that, maybe a bit of an opening. Cruz hiding inside of the cove, though, turns back around, doesn't expect to play from Hall.
I feel
Here
like
comes
this
Governor,
is going to
picks
happen
up
a
the
lot,
Vandal,
where someone
tries
goes
to
over
wall bang,
towards
can't quite
halls
fight
and
all
just
too much.
wrecks someone in the back.
Already a lot of damage done, and if Talon very easily could get
It's
at
still,
least
it's
another
still an
kill,
insane
Jeremy so
bonus,
low.
to be honest.
Still a very doable round for Talon, trying to lead with a dominant 3-0 half. The comms just not there about Jeremy potentially still being around the switch.
Just a bit of that mix up of a 50-50 angle or something. I'm not too sure, but whatever it is, it's all down to Governor's shoulders right now. And with a 1-on-3, even with a Kuronami Vandal, it's just a little bit too much.
Yeah, we don't want to read into things too much too
And
early.
instead
but
of
course,
saving, in my
they've
opinion, here, he
talked
should at
about
least
how,
try
obviously, great
and get an
credit
exit.
to Jitboys,
I
who
would like
is
to
the
see
one
him
who mainly
position
has to
somewhere a
try to
bit
catch up to
closer.
this language
Yeah,
barrier as
yeah,
they
okay,
switch
good.
to a primary English calling. Everyone else has experience calling in English and communicating, so it could be part of that.
Yeah.
But just something
Glad
about
to
it.
see that,
Maybe
though.
be pressed for time.
Not like
Bit
full
of a
saving,
mishap,
hiding
but at
over
the end of the
towards
day,
B. He's at
bonus
least waiting
round,
to see
you're
if
still
anyone's
getting
going to
away with a
exit out
Vandal.
towards door.
So Talon, the
Good
result is not
understanding
poor,
of what
but we'll see if those kind of hiccups
he wants
start
to do into
show
this one. Okay, they've
throughout
got
the
2
map.
kills on this one, so
On the
it
other
is going to
hand,
be a
for
big
Team
round.
Secret too, I mean, what a way for Envy
Two
to
people
really
combine.
break open this site. It was some trades going off
If
back
they
and
lose the
forth,
next round, that is.
but at the same time, just a clear idea of how to set up this split. And that's the other thing too, because although it's great early round aggression from Talon on their defensive side, they leave
You're right,
a
these
lot
are the two that I was
open, and you
talking
can
about,
see that
obviously over
Jeremy
towards
is
here.
going just right
4
that
people
on
can't
Amos.
buy.
Yeah, a
So
very
massive,
aggressive
massive
dig
swing
into
round.
Halls as well. Of course, now
Any
open
ults
back
for
up,
this?
so
One away from
props
Harbor
to
if they
Jeremy.
want to go aggro.
Big risk.
There is an
to
AWP
take
here.
as that primary jet. Oh, it's
And
a little
honestly,
too
he
high.
gets his
Sent it
kill,
out from a little too
but it's
far.
done.
NDG,
It's a
welcome to
tech pause,
VCG.
right? What's going on here?
Gets shut down on that first death.
Yeah, it's a tech pause.
He's going to have to reconsider how he sets up those tripwires from long range.
That's a rude awakening. Team Secret
Should get
just
reset. There's 3 of them chilling.
trying to find ways
Look at the
still,
Viper.
but feeling some of these old patterns. They're not quite able to find all too much unless they get the information that they need. And with so many early aggressive plays coming out from Talon, they're starting to feel that heat.
They got
So
a kill
just
too in
trying
their
to
replay. Nah, I'm pretty
escape that
sure
for
they
a
get a
second. I
replay.
mean, they keep
They
holding back.
timed out before the round
Talon's just going to
started.
keep pushing out.
Yeah,
Or
and Talon
whatever
has
the
read
issue
now,
was,
right?
'cause
They pushed out. They knew it was the cipher.
these
didn't
both
see any
did.
other further info from mid or on B main. Good shots from Lenny as well. Nowhere to go for Team Secret.
Yeah, Recon just confirms even more, so they know it's very much so an investment into the A site. As long as everyone here stays tucked in,
30
it's
seconds left.
probably good enough.
Yeah, I don't like that
However,
they're actually.
with the Owl Drone being committed, it's an easy frag kill.
I don't
for
like that they're
Envy.
actually going for it. It's
With
better
the
to
push
just
out,
hype.
though, yeah,
Just 'cause
this is way too much.
it
Ben
feels like
coming up from
disingenuous just in
behind
case you
too.
win the rounds
This
and
round
then you
is
don't.
over.
And Ban's been this
Like,
guy
you should
who's
always just be
walking
typed out.
every round up to a certain point. Gate crashes back,
10
then scouts
seconds
out the
left.
other side. Almost just like a deadly drone. And so far, I would say successful. Even if he doesn't get contact on a map like Breeze, if you're able to dig deep and then gate crash back, a lot of information gained.
Right,
Works
let's
very well
let's see
timing
how
the
long it
Governor's
takes for them
push-outs and these
to
first kills
restore
as
the
well.
round.
I mean,
Tech
whatever
pause,
plan
yeah,
that Talon
both of them were
had,
timed out.
it has been working out. And we'll have to take a quick break. but
How to get
hopefully
reset?
sorted
It's in the
out
game. It's easy
ASAP.
now. You just have a round
Hopefully.
rollback.
Yeah, it did look a little bit weird, but whatever it is, still, I mean, the kills were kills, and you can definitely see that this is the game plan that Talon has brought to this map.
Yeah,
This is why they picked it.
And the desk talked about it, right? You have to play it. I totally agree. You even have the double controller. The Harbor can help with push-outs as well. And that's the only way you're going to feel comfortable at your defaults on a wide map like Breeze.
The Neon and
so
Breeze? Yeah, dude, it must have been something in practice, for sure.
You still have something like the Cypher. Now, obviously,
Again, when you have a change 3 weeks so close to the actual season, you get like sub-metas where stuff works in practice and then teams start copying it. So definitely Breeze was a thing where Neon was working well.
And that's up to you to decide. Obviously, they can't
That's twice we see it, and honestly, in a Cypher meta, you probably wouldn't expect it too much.
We'll see what the adjustment is, because this has now been the consistent story in the past.
Don't like the fact they choose to continue playing the round there. Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to find those gaps.
It's an odd decision, right?
This game plan that Talon has, because although you are pushing out a lot, although it can be really successful, there are little bits where it still leaves a little bit more for Talon to exploit, and we saw that in round 3. Despite the good ideas from Talon.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how, because I want to see how Team Secret answers back, because I have faith that they will, and then I want to see what the next page looks like from Talon. Because the attacking side, I think we have some good ideas on how Talon expects to play around it. And that'll come
Same
down
map
to
also, it's actually a curse map. It really is a curse map. America's 30-second delay because they were on the wrong patch. This,
but on this defensive side, if they keep getting
we
away,
had the
had
the 5-hour tech pause with the headset.
Getting the first kill.
And then now we got this.
It just is Governor getting that first kill. I mean, repeated so many times. This map could be over that quick. So, of course, you know, there might be some issues here and there. There are a lot of Team Secret supporters.
Oh, yeah, we've got supporters on both sides. But you love to see it. Obviously, a very passionate group of fans that we've come to know and love. And Team Secret, they talk about it themselves. They were so close, and not necessarily in terms of
5-1? Oh, yeah, dude, we were breaking records yesterday.
But they always got to the match that mattered, to get to Masters, to get to Champions, and then they just weren't able to clinch that ticket. Now,
wait, it is actually, it looks like it's the same PC. Please no.
Is to kind of just shore up a little bit more firepower, just one change on the roster, and then we want to
It is the same seat as well, isn't it? Yeah, it actually is.
Stages and how we see how we do against a lot tougher competition.
It really makes you think, like, is that one change enough, though? I mean, we're all banking a lot on this first kickoff match. There might be a lot that changes up. There are some snacks in the crowd because of our awesome pop-up booths at this entire event.
Yeah, there's pizza at the pub downstairs. So if you are here and for some reason listening to us on your phone here at the venue, definitely go down, grab a slice, grab a drink.
Grab me a slice, Will.
Me? I mean, sure, if you want a solo cast for a little bit, especially during this pause, I'm all for it. Trial by fire, let's go for it. I've done my share in my past years, so...
Sure enough, and then I get rewarded with pizza. I think that's a pretty good deal, right? Right? Okay.
And listen, your standards, it's up to you, man. that's not quite what I'm looking forward to.
Big race. Yeah, you're just going to push me to the deep end of the pool. But, I mean, main
Did
thing
they
is
replay
still,
the rounds? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It looked like they were both standing still before the kill happened.
Storyline, is it just enough for Team Secret to
the only reason I would argue against not doing it is because they carried on playing, which is like, shouldn't really do that,
for them to kind of show us a new performance.
I imagine it gets rolled back.
We got Lenny, who used to be with Team Secret. I mean, how much can change around?
Yeah, I'm curious. And again,
well, somehow we're back. Somehow we're back here.
Team Secret can't answer back.
One day on. Bro, that's some savage
I'm
lights.
Convinced that no team should be too surprised by the Euros anymore, right? Surely, if multiple teams are experimenting with this, you've seen it in some scrims here or there. We've even seen it during the off-season from multiple teams as well across different tournaments around the world. So the comp itself shouldn't be too shocking, but perhaps, of course, the combination with Neon, you know, a little bit of extra blue here on Breeze, not something we're used to seeing.
Breezy blue, I don't know. It looks really good.
Sounds like an ice cream flavor, honestly. Yeah, or Blue Breeze.
Blue Breeze. Okay, Blue Breeze sounds nicer, actually. I'm not great at giving out names. Look at what I named myself. All right, but I mean, yeah, it's really a good composition because what we're seeing with the aggressive plays that they can put out, the pressure that they can apply to the attacking team, it makes you play a lot of mind games, and it kind of forces you to play defense while you're on attack. Timer runs down. It just doesn't feel comfortable. But there is that.
Is this a convergence rerun?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's not like this looks like an absolute impeccable thing. It doesn't look like necessarily that, oh, this is absolutely the comp that is going to run everything
Doing well
through.
with the co-streaming
we'll
hours.
have to
Yeah,
wait
man,
and
we're
see.
breaking.
But
We
again, I'm
really
just
are
very
breaking
curious, 'cause
records
again,
out here.
Secret is a
Longest stream
fairly
yesterday.
known value. Sure. You know, an
Maybe.
extra member or a new member,
Maybe we can.
supposedly more
Maybe we can
firepower,
beat
things
it
like
today.
That, but they've even said we think our direction, our color, our philosophy wasn't wrong. We just want to carry through with it. So now the question is once they answer back, because they often have decent round reads, right, and some good mid-rounding as well. Talon, the new comp,
Curry's
the new
watching
players,
again.
how do they gel
Dude,
together?
it's the
Lenny's
same crew
calling
that got
as an
wrecked
IGL now on Talon.
yesterday.
That is definitely
yeah.
a new thing.
How does that respond to Jesse's first answer? And I mean, Lenny's been watching Jesse for the whole year last year. He's been sitting behind him.
I think it's a really interesting thing. Here's what a lot of people don't know. I mean, we haven't seen that much of Lenny in VCT Pacific. That
Toy
much is
Story?
true.
Dude,
we
is it
don't
in the
know
film? I mean, it's
what
a
he
banger.
plays or what he's capable of. But coming from the Malaysia-Singapore scene, I can tell you that Lenny is a very strong Sova player. Back when he was playing for Bleed, back when he was with Darian.
Lenny has a
Just
notebook.
remind me, like, what
Wait, what?
year, what patch
This
are we
is
talking
like
about?
really long ago, 2022.
Okay, because if we were allowed to talk about that, I'm allowed to talk about the time Jemkin outfracked something, you know, back in like patch 4.11 or whatever it was. So.
I mean, I'm just saying because we haven't really seen too much of him, but those, you know, skills, those talents are still very much prevalent in in Lenny's toolkit. And at the same time, having been studying under Team Secret, under Warbirds, under Jesse Bash, he could definitely have picked up quite a bit.
All right, well, we are back.
Round spin, rolled back.
Worry.
So that is the right call. They definitely didn't move.
Here, and it's going to be round 4. Rifles still in hand for Team Secret. And, of course, Talon now buying up after that bonus in the previous one.
New composition. Now they've started to play things a little bit more slow as we move forward into the next round. Team Secret trying to set up for that execute. Cloud burst in. Jeremy dashes right through, but immediately stunned down thanks to the relay bolt. Governor doing God's work. Second kill going through. And that's just
unlucky. I kind of like the strat. You flash, dash it in into the smoke, flash over when they're trying to spray the jet. And then you know they're guaranteed to eat the flash.
Because he's not going to be able to swivel on a beat, which he's very well known for. Shuts him down. And Governor now already taking mid control as well. NDG just can't find a beat against the
They're not redoing it? Wait, was it not 2-1? I thought it's the same scoreline.
Talon star duelist looking to line up even more heads. One more to get that quad.
I mean, he's absolutely
I mean, combating that wide swing as well. Just the reset. Doesn't hold for the spray. Knows that it's still Jesse Vash going for the wide peak. Governor, we've heard his confidence. He is 10.
It was a reroll? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. But he didn't have his ult? Oh, interesting.
Not just some pickup from NA, not just some tier 2 guy, whatever. He's here.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's definitely fitting in on Talon Esports.
Okay.
Over 2 kills
if I'm looking over towards Team Secret, I would love to see a little bit of defaulting, maybe try to take some timing, especially with the Cypher again.
I think that's the other
maybe
thing
not on
too,
the eco, though.
He's not overheating all too much.
Straight up.
He could have, pushed
B-hit potential.
B, but he just held his ground.
This recon is getting Talon so much info, and this guy on one.
All too much, all too open.
Oh my god, he got 3 assists during this as well.
To take them down, Jit Boys, Lenny finding a double on their own.
Sure, a weaker round from Team Secret, but if your weak round by the way, it's not that late into the game. We're only on to round 6 for that one, or round 5, and if your answer is, well, Hail Mary it, see if it works. I mean, sure, you kept
11 kills, 5 assists. The closest in the server right now is 3. We're only 6 rounds in.
Solutions here, but no timeout. So clearly, Warbirds has faith that they're
Is they going B again? Okay, and this is the strat that they wanted to do when the timeout got called.
Just a wide swing from Jesse Bash this time.
Well, I say the timeout.
Overheating a little bit too much. Can't compliment him, and it's going to be Jesse Bash finding yet another. B site is open this time.
Deco not going to bite either, but man, that does allow him to continue to flank back around if he so chooses.
Portal closed.
All right, there it is. Can't go for the flank anymore. Toxic screen is an obstacle, and they're trying to make their way through it, waiting for it to drop down. Meanwhile, the rest of Team Secret just holding their angles. They haven't been exposed all too much NDG jumps up, and that reveals a little bit more. Snake bite, however.
Snake bite.
And that means
Wait,
the
how's he
Master kind of
allowed to be
repositioned.
out in the
However,
open
timer
here?
is ticking, and given what Team Secret has, it's just a little
Holy.
bit more.
Ban!
No way
Oh,
they did
this guy.
this.
He's been waiting
They
to get
killed the
back to be able
vision
to
block
play
really
the
early,
roles and
and
agency
then we
laws,
decided
even
to
here, Governor is
face
still given that
out.
primary duelist
There was some...
position, but playing with
Dude,
confidence.
Team Secret need to
Get
pause.
some frags on the board.
Team Secret need to pause, man.
Pushing
Get
up.
involved.
Playing off of his teammates' contacts, he manages to find all those frags. I mean, we saw him on T1 last year. He was very capable as a duelist, sometimes flexing off the different agents, but maybe freed up to do a little bit more on this Talon esports roster.
Yeah, I mean, playing to his
Yeah,
role strength,
and this
right?
is
You're
right.
there to scout, but
Because
once you retake
that was a
Governor down,
badly
you're the
played
one who's there for the
situation.
trades.
It really was.
You're
That
the
that
one
is that
who
should have
wants
been
to go
their
in and finish the
that should have been
job.
their round for
And
sure.
now the timeout does come out. Warbird saying he's not liking the answers he's finding. Now that previous one, I mean, they were prepared for it. They heard the cascade, so they go for the wide peek, the double swing. Yeah, in these micro situations, the answers are there.
This camera angle is not it. Dude,
But
the one
then
at the bottom
retake,
where they
I
just
thought even the repositioning after in the post
they're just like
was a good idea.
flashlight into your eyes.
Retake,
It's insanity.
One by one, eliminating angles, and always making sure that they have a trade member ready.
It's like
Yeah,
a
it's down to
live
5-1 as
epilepsy
well.
test.
It's
It's crazy, man.
At some point, you're going to be stuck playing catch-up, so a lot needs to be changed up. And what we're seeing from Team Secret, that blind kind of diving in from Jeremy, it just doesn't quite work out. And Governor is just such a huge issue. Looking at how
Trying
Frost
to
is
memory
communicating with
wipe.
the team as well, it
It's
feels
like
as
Men
though
in Black.
Talon has
That's
a
sick.
trick up their sleeve, like they're anticipating.
Okay, we got nice into this
Yeah,
one,
and if you
Stinger.
ever watched,
And so
Frost,
let's see if
Coach
they're
Frost
a
and
little
any
bit
of the
more
previous teams
disciplined
he's
in
been
some of
on
their
during the
afterplans,
offseason,
because
like,
that
he
was
will always have
yeah,
a
that was
lot to share.
bad, man.
He's just ready
Holy.
to just pump out the information any chance he gets for the players. The question always becomes, can they digest it? But it seems like they have a lot of faith in each other for kickoff.
Well, we're seeing another outlaw.
Yeah, every team in
look at
oh
that.
my god, that's nice.
Half armor, you get chewed right through. Relay bolt now just to keep them at bay, and he still taps away
It's so
on
funny,
that
chat.
overdrive.
You're starting to see
It
like the
does
internal
tag up
meta as
Willie
well.
for a
How
little
this
second.
all of
He's
the
down to half HP.
Pacific teams
The
have the
rest of them all
same
pinned
strat
down
over
and
towards
stuck
A
inside
main
of
as
this
well.
cave.
I mean,
With
if
the-
you
with
watch
the flash
video that
recon
we see
going
Team
in,
Pacific put out, Benkai tried
and
to
then
tell
you
him he's
have
not
like
the governor
Molly
around
or you have
here,
a
but
stun.
I think
Like there's
Talon's
3 out of
governor is
4
here to
teams
stay.
from Pacific that we see use
He
it.
looked pretty menacing in that video.
Governor's a pretty decent actor. That's what I found out in all these extra content. If you look at the Surf announcement video from Talon, Governor's shocked face is like legitimate shock.
Yeah, not to
Our
mention the one where we
team
go
to
through like,
one.
all of Talon's roles, the hacker, the big brain, everything. I mean, the mastermind, excuse me.
Yeah, but so far,
I mean,
he's not
they
gonna
are
need
just
that
straight
backup
up
plan for his
locked in
career,
here.
'cause this is a
Jit
great
Boys
first
pushes
showing,
all the way
and
behind.
A good call on the outlaw buy as well. You have so many creds, but yet you want to make sure you're really snowballing the
30
economy. You
seconds
know
left.
that they don't have full buys this round.
Yeah. Also, just a good call. Like previous rounds, you know, Team Secret went B. It doesn't work out there, execute. So probably they're gonna go A, and it's a good call. It connects onto a third. Jesse Bash now trying
Dude,
to
this gun
overclose
takes
things.
so
Oh,
long to reload.
Governor
This guy's
and Lenny swapped over the
invincible.
shorty. You can still
He's
shoot 14. I'm
invincible.
gonna take you
Dude,
down.
we
Oh,
literally
it doesn't
we
matter
saw
if
him
the
fire the
outlaw
2
gets 2
shots.
We'll just add 2 more to
He's
the shorty.
reloading. We go
That's
off.
4
We
shots
watch
away
another
and
duel. We
already
come
4
back to him, and
governors.
he's still
That's
still
another
still
2
trying to
plus
put the
2.
bullets
A
in.
little bit of a theme today. Oh man, that collab hurts. I mean,
Especially
It's
for
so
the player
funny.
behind.
yeah, this is.
I can't believe
just
he's
what a
alive, though,
read
though.
From Talon. Good shots from Governor too, and good movement from Neon at the end. I mean, if you really want to dig all the way to the
Okay.
micromanagement of it.
Team Secret probably kicking themselves for that after plant over
15-1 and
towards
5.
B.
A 15.0
Money.
KD.
Ooh, that's-
7 rounds into his first match. In
Wait, that's
BCT
actually
Pacific.
nice. Wall goes in, block
Pretty soon
vision,
building up to a
good
next ultimate.
good stun
Ban
bounce
on
to
the
make sure that
operator
this
now.
whole little
Jeremy
lane
opping
is
as well.
stunned.
But we've got
Yeah,
the
and they can
dimensional
never beat
drift
that, I'm pretty sure.
available. So that
Also creates a
kind of cancels
heavy
out any
question mark over
potential
towards
Viper's
middle,
pits.
which means they have to slow default. You can play a
I
lot
like,
of time
yeah,
with this.
tapping the pause for Talon. Oh no, but it allows for Jeremy to find an opening pick.
Oh my goodness.
And then the trade.
Yeah, answer right
Hey.
back. And Jeremy was trying to get ready for it too.
Ban
but
has his ult.
Ban's just
Envy has
half a
his
step
ult.
quicker.
Borkum, if they get over towards
Now
the
you've
site,
lost your head,
has his
Team
ult.
Secret.
We saw the OP Viper
It's gonna be
plant
that much
yesterday
more
from
difficult
A.
to
That was
push
pretty
through. I
cool.
mean, nonetheless, I would have to think it's down to Envy.
Yeah, it's always so rough on Breeze. If your Jet is still the main operator, if you're trying to pick that up for the attack, obviously it's a
Raid
great
boss in
wildcard, it's a
terms of
great
Governor
weapon
still
to
alive.
try to get the first pick, but as soon as they get picked off or you spend too much time, you just don't have a great way to break into sight. You're right, the null command's still available for Envy. That's an option. The KOs, they've gotten aggressive before.
Oh, there it is. Flash out. Oh, but the toxic
Mate,
screen timing!
He can do no wrong.
It blocks off the flash, allows for Governor to tap away.
He can
and he
do
just
no
finds him
wrong.
through that green
As
curtain.
soon as he gets res,
By the
he's
way, no
insta-dead.
extra shots from Cruz on that because there's no assist. So it was
It's a
just
great
Governor
stun as
getting
well.
Envy
Pushes
right
them
through the
back.
toxic screen. He's
Oh
like,
my
boom.
Okay, he's
Oh
finally
my
down.
gosh.
That went a little bit too haywire. Borkum managing to bring things back under Team Secret's control. They picked up the players, they picked up the spike, but here comes Ban.
Oh,
it's a mental
oh my.
switch. What is this quick switch up?
The
Back to shorty,
shortest
but then
Euro
shut down
ult
by
I've ever
Jesse
seen,
Bash,
1v3.
The veteran, the experienced player, and he's still here to frag. Cruz, though, tries to fight back with the op, has to reload. I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Recon just makes him think about the other angle for just a second. Swapped over to the
man,
Vandal.
nothing's going
burst,
right for
closes
them.
things out. Jesse Vash's reactions, not quite enough. up against
Nice try in the 1v3 though, to
Cruz,
get it to a
good read
1v1
that
in
very
the
last
first
second,
place.
Expects the possibility of Jesse Fash trying to get ahead of that cascade. He wins the 1v1, but that was a potential Jesse Fash moment there, the hero moments that we've come to know from the leader of the Filipino squad. Good shots from Governor and the decision from Ban. The quick swap over for the operator over to Cruz, immediately ults, and then
Man,
just
the
comes out of
Euro
it, goes for the
was
shorty,
cracking
and
me
if
up.
he
It was
dies,
so
he's still there for
fast.
the trade. A great decision.
Definitely makes your opponents feel a lot of pressure, because you're not expecting him to come out of the Vessel Drift that quick.
Yeah. I mean, I've
16
heard
to
that
2.
this team is very vocal, all individually. I've heard that they are always ready to speak their mind. They talk about it in their own videos as well. And
Dude, he's
that
playing
can
with
always
some
go two ways,
confidence.
right? I mean, you could really gel,
Tanked
but
that.
you could all really start to get in each other's ears, and the chemistry's not there. But so far, they are in sync. This new
We
Talon
double
roster.
outlaw when we're
And
100.
look at these ideas too. Viper's Pit, Cruz hiding inside of it.
Pacific is making me
It's a
lose
little
my
bit
brain.
risky, given the Aldro now. He tries to back out of it, but still lands a shot onto Envy anyway.
But that's the problem, isn't it? It wasn't the Viper. The pit's still up. When oftentimes the Viper gets a little greedy, pushes out, you take them out, and then you think you're able to push through, but just another sentry there to get one kill. And Ban now in mid. I mean, look at Talon's movement. Neon's all the way out in A main. They have full control of this map. And the double as well.
Mate, the double
Full
duelists
control
are
of the
ripping them
fights,
apart.
too. Pretty soon,
Oh,
Governor's going to
timing.
come up from behind.
Oh, my
Jesse
goodness.
Bash trying to do what he can. But how much is going to be enough? Oh, Governor's just going to let them up.
Yeah, I mean, didn't spot him. And the thing is Team Secret also doesn't know that this would have been the Neon pushing all the way out, but now they say we don't really have a
Oh.
choice. Yup.
There we go.
Spotted him as well.
Get info on
Now
this,
it's a
and he's going to be
3-on-1.
fast over
Jesse
towards
Bash
A
might be
main.
able to get the spike plant, but that's about it.
Does he send it?
So he needs
No,
time from
okay.
the operator. Needs to get the plant.
Oh, it's because it's Neon, too.
Yeah, he's trying to get the first pick. He's crouching
Hey, this
down,
guy's
and it's not
farming.
enough.
He's 17
Look, because he
to
was watching
18
the
to
angle
2.
towards the entrance of Cave. He had no idea that Governor was already onto the other side. The high gear sprint just kind of throws off the timing for a second. So 8-1. Talon has not dropped a single round since round 4.
An incredible streak from Talon Esports. Now,
Third
some
Neon
Talon
ult.
fans, you know,
Yeah,
you,
and he
this
might not
be
use it for a
deja
little
vu
bit.
from last
It's
year
a
where they
lovely
also had a
backup to
great
have with the op,
showing,
though.
at lock-in, and we had high hopes, but I would say,
insane.
I mean, yeah, you are insane.
I mean,
agree.
yeah.
I mean, these
He
guys
actually
are
is.
looking
It's
so sharp in their aim, their
wrecking 'em.
decision-making. 18-2
Looks
and
like the
the number
fast
just
A again,
keeps
so
going up
Flash
for
goes
Governor.
in. Flash recon dash.
I mean, the buck just doesn't stop.
The absolute
Just
classic,
keep
and it might
looking.
work.
I gotta really think about what this could mean for the future, because
Oi,
in their
there we
group,
go.
they might have to
Fast,
play against
fast
DRX.
pick. We haven't had one of them for a
Still,
while.
they're-
Second pick comes in as well. This guy in
Suddenly
sight is the
dropping
only
thanks
person
to
that
the
can win this
pacing
right
from
now.
Team Secret.
Oh, that
Borkum going up on the
helps.
aggressive. Jeremy trying to go up front. Shut down by Cruz thanks to the recon, but then Envy on the trade. Numbers advantage has been gained.
Secret finally answers back at the same pace, right? They say, okay, we'll drive it up to 11 as well. And this time it pays off. Jeremy not getting
Okay,
picked
they
off
double
right
their
on the
score.
entry. He's able to
They
jiggle
double their
out
score.
and
They
gets the
still
first
have two
pick in
good
return.
ults.
And that's a good
He's,
answer. Maybe a little
there
late,
was,
but if
like,
they can
a
chain
few
that
low
into
HPs
4,
here.
still a solid shot on Breeze.
Just getting an idea for Talon's game plan again. I mean, because some previous rounds, especially the first part of the
1v4
the
Cypher
map,
ult.
they started to go
I
really
mean,
aggressive.
if
Now
he
they start to
gets
slow
like
down
a
little bit.
kill,
And
it's
Team Secret sees
probably
that as an opening,
worth
and it works.
just to wreck their money. Because
course,
they
we've
win
got
one
good
rounds,
rolls.
win
A
one
lot
round,
of people.
1-9
Yes,
loss
that
bonus. You
was
had
a lot
an
of
extra person
people.
that would have to rebuy here, and that you'd have 2
Hopefully.
people on 1-9. So
Of course, the
if he gets
teams
another
are able
kill
to deliver on
from
their
the info,
expectations,
in
but
my
Secret
opinion,
so
it's
far,
worth. So it's
a
not the
shaky start,
worst ult.
but they are on
Not
the
saying he's
attacking
going to
side
win,
again,
but
4 rounds.
considering
I
the
don't
score,
think that's too
considering the
bad.
reset of the
They have
money,
Cypher on the
and
defense.
how low their money is, it is worth. If he gets another kill.
Of course, always very useful, especially up against players like Governor and Ban. But right now, Talon switching things up a little bit. We've still got that op on both sides.
Yeah, and Secret also used an early drone to see.
Oh.
Oh, that's
spots
big
the
info.
barrel.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, you know at least a position of 1. So you know how to just target that guy. Oh, man, nice try, Jeremy.
And all of a sudden, Lenny tucks away. Just jiggling for info outside mid, but here comes Ban to do that job instead. Lenny is relieved to go in for the Hunter's Fury in towards B instead.
Yori fast
So
TP.
many people in sight, though.
Yeah,
Back
look,
up
dude,
Sophia.
they're all here. They're actually all here.
And just
Yori
trying to hold
fast
the op. I
TP, and
thought
then
Lenny
obviously
would've
the
gone for
Neon can
counter
just
Hunter's Fury, but
be
just
here
as
within a
good.
second.
Plays for the recon instead. Wait for his teammates to arrive on the scene. Cruz getting a bit of a trade, and then comes Governor. Numbers game prevails, and Talon continues.
They were there
win.
so
I mean,
fast.
the backup's just way too quick.
Yeah.
And of course, I think, honestly, Lenny's had some incredible
It feels like
info
Team
gathering
Secret
on the side of Talon. That previous round as
not
well.
play,
This
like
one, he
they're
gets some
just
solid
doing
pings
direct
onto
sight
Indy.
hits, and it feels
And
like
if he
a
tries to pop flash
mid
around, he's still
default
tagged,
trying to
gets shot
insert
through the
someone
smoke.
somewhere and play off the
Backup
fact they have
already.
no
There, Governor wrapping all
sentinel
the way
would
around the
for
back of
sure be the
sight.
play, but we're just
Talon's
sight
comms are
hitting.
good. I mean, I
And
don't know
it
what else to
doesn't
say.
make the most sense.
But
I get that
all
you
the
can get over
concerns that I
towards the sites in
personally
theory
had
because
about
they
how
have
is
no
this team gonna
sentinel, but
gel in the very beginning of the year.
I think when you kind of
they've
get denied
thrown
this
that right on
many
the bin.
times and they have the Yoru for the fast rotate and the Neon for the
Really
fast
good.
rotate like
And
we
if they
see
can
here,
secure this
you've either
first
got to
half
fake
10-2,
with it
that would
or
be even better.
Jeremy's alone. The
I
right
feel
Here
like
comes Team Secret.
lurking would be great.
Oh my god, even alone. I mean, Borkum NTG all the way from B main. They managed to gun down so many of these
I mean,
players.
they fragged out
Going
here,
up
though.
fast is just what Talon did not expect, and all of a sudden it's down to Governor. Only an op, maybe a bit of utility, but no ultimate.
So they at
way
least,
he's
well,
playing
I say
today,
they at least get 3, but this guy's
see
playing
you
so
hold your
good that
breath.
Okay.
Good reposition right, Jesse. His back is covered by Jeremy as well.
Trying to bait out peaks with that fast lane. He doesn't have that much time. Maybe like 25 seconds left. If he wants to wrap back around to B main, that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, it's just too many with the op, but we'll see what he can do. Jeremy shuts
do
him
an
down.
insane half
Good
from
jump
him.
peak. That feels old. But here we go, 9-3. Still a good half nonetheless, but great recovery from Team Secret towards the end.
Talon, we talked about the positives they've shown, and Team Secret, I think a big part of it is that they weren't quite sure of how to deal with Governor being so hot right off the rip. I mean, obviously in the pistol, it's just a kill through the smoke.
Oh, man, I
And
can't
another
look at
time it was
green
another
with
kill
this
through the
camera,
smoke on A
killing
main,
me.
getting these first kills, and then the fast rotates from both the Neon and the Yoru. It seemed like they just didn't have quite an answer for that. The couple times they went for the
I
execute,
cast that Cypher, yeah,
mean,
but
we
he
saw
didn't
it
get to
in the last
lurk
round as well,
once.
but
This is
what
what
I
I'm
will say
saying.
is that last
The
round,
Cypher
the
here,
reckoning comes
if
out
you
and
do
they
mid default
recognize, if
and
we
you go
don't
over
just
towards middle and you
pile
kind of
through
leave
right
him
now,
over towards short and
Jeremy's
then
dead.
you start
He's on
hitting
an
over
island
towards
in the
site, he
site,
can
all on
hear
his own, so they
rotates and
go
then he
in
can
and they
go
say,
through
forget
B or he can
getting
go up
worried about
towards
getting
window and
stunned. If
flank
we kill and
behind.
move forward, we
Then
won't
the
be in
Cypher's
same
going to get like
position for the
20
reckoning.
kills.
So
You
let's
just sight hit
plow
like this,
through.
Cypher can't do too
And that
much.
gets
He
them
can be a
that
middle, maybe
so,
catch
so
1 on the
precious
rotate, that's
third
about it.
round win.
Maximum.
Yeah, just trying to adapt to it. Because
I
in the
think in
past,
terms
if
of how they
Jeremy
looked
just
at
dies
it, they
in
went,
alone,
no Sentinel, we can just
that's the
sight hit.
entire plan failed.
Whereas I think on
And you can
Breeze now,
definitely see that
especially
there
with
are some
Bridge
issues
open,
that they're trying to
it's no
figure out
Sentinel,
on
then we
how
can lurk
Talon
everywhere.
plays, especially now that they're going to swap over onto
But
the attack.
it was also
Whoever
just Governor
looks
just shutting them down
serious.
fully. So there's that.
See if Governor can do the same thing on attack. 19, 4, and 5.
I mean, I think attack is where the Neon fast lane can provide
19
that much more value.
19
And
to
on
4
top of that, you've got
is
Cruz, you've got Jit Boys,
outrageous.
2 more walls to work with. So again, Governor has been our MVP for this entire match. Ben a close second, everyone else following up on it. And you're just wondering how much more they can do if they are to close out this map.
A nice little combo here.
To join his teammates. Takes out the cam, and that's what the Euro can do.
In return, we get a smoke to block vision, a shock to break the normal trip that goes over towards here. Obviously, we can see it's over.
That draws out at least
Obviously, we can see it's over towards B.
Can't get as
Both of
much
them.
info without either one trip, one spy cam, things like that.
I like Jeremy's position, though. Just watching in case anyone does peek out, or if he wants to.
Ayless, what's up? How we doing? Numa with the Prime. Thank you with the 13 months.
Rendezvous with his team. Setting up for that A execute now. They think
Two people on site. Drone's a little bit late from A main though.
Pitch down onto Envy, that would be great. But look at Envy, 180-degree flick, and he gets Governor 2 kills. A bit of a trade, and then Jesse finds one more. Borkum, however, feeling the pressure, has to back off, tries to find a better position. Close range duel with the classic, tries to right click. But you know what? It doesn't even matter because only Lenny is left.
All right, well,
and with the IGL
pistol,
not able to frag out,
and you get some belief, so
Team
maybe
Secret
this one's
picking up the
doable.
pistol on the
Especially with the
second half.
Siphon defense. I mean, they have a
These are
strong,
the clips we remember
strong
from
setup.
23 Envy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the 180 headshot as well. Lets the Neon pass, then walks out on a timing.
I'm doing good, Ayless. I'm doing good.
Just guards that
Gonna
fast
rewatch
lane.
some of the stuff.
Good mind
Nice.
games around the Neon.
Maybe the GE
So
Zeta isn't.
I mean, like,
The,
oh, yeah,
you could,
throw all
if
your
you wanted to
utility
save
up,
some
I'm
time,
not
Ayless, I
bothered
would
by it
suggest
whatsoever.
skipping that one. But the Americas ones was pretty good.
Shots too, all the way from the back of bridge. That's what you need from Team Secret. Now they've got the outlaw at the hands of Jeremy, and they can definitely dish out more damage.
Yeah, that's one of the big questions a lot of us had is Jeremy, he has to now play primary duelist, he has to play primary opper, and you know, of course the outlaw and things like that. See if it comes to fruition, but not on the A side just yet. We'll have to give up the plan. Sees him.
Snake bite, stinger combo,
Literally
spike dropped, and the rest
hit
of
him in the
Talon
face with
scrambling
it.
for safety.
Outrageous.
Playing around the toxic screens too, though, it just gives up a lot more space, and with some blind shots being fired through, Jeremy finds one. Borkum not able to do all too much, but it's just
Not too bad. They got a plant. Any extra? One armor?
Envy coming up from behind too, and that's Talon just burned to a crisp.
I'm telling you, it's far from over. Obviously, they're able to carry over the 4 weapons that they did purchase into the bonus. Now, not all the greatest, but you got to remember, again, this is a different comp. They've got the Cypher. They can really try to anchor around the site, work around the trips and the cyber cages, things like that on one side. Then you've got the Outlaw potentially on the other. A bit of a mishap there with the spike showing through, of course, the smoke. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it would have made a grand difference in the scheme of things.
Yeah, it just came down to the buy still, and Team Secret knowing how to play so far back. The onus is on Talon to really push up, and it's a little bit more difficult for them to do so given the current weaponry. But now, on to the next round. Team Secret's got to watch out. Talon's got to watch out for Jeremy still.
Aggressive push out from mid.
Very light armors. We've got 0.
Around, no contact. Ooh.
So
Good read.
Jeremy though, any tag, we've got good guns.
Yeah, but this
Try to finish them off.
Jesse Vash simply trying to let them know, like, if
Feels
you
like a
want
must-win
to
round for Talon, really. Otherwise, Secret get a lot of belief.
Cypher utility off of that, obviously, it gets a lot tough. So Jesse Vash with a great read that this is going to funnel them into A. It's a bit of a gamble, but one that might pay off.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you. If not, we're just going for that 4 and 5 retake. But we're also banking on the fact that NDG can anchor. That's something that Asterai said.
Envy holding close as well. Oh no!
I mean, he'll take it.
Wow.
Doesn't look like the first shot.
Wait, give me this. Give me this clip.
The Spectre's here, the decoy.
Still
I
managed
really thought we were
going
going to right-click the
down
flash
bad.
there.
But just trying to go full auto with all of these weapons, it's not quite enough. The close range duels, somehow Talon losing out in terms of numbers advantage. Still though, trying to go back to a little bit more safety. Lenny just holds out and swaps over to the high angle, gets down Jeremy. Wow, through the toxic screen though. Jesse Vesh with the Sheriff still able to fire off shots.
Okay, big
Oh,
1v2. Not the best gun for it. I mean, shouldn't be winning.
But already damage done.
Especially in this duel over towards door. Yeah.
But no, Cruz watching from double
Dude,
doors.
if you're Team Secret here, you're pretty happy. 3 kills over towards here, 3 people that can't buy next. So we've got 3 people that can't buy next, 5 people that can't buy next. It is
can you clutch with
a lot down to this. We either see a comeback or maybe a
Team Secret
maybe
to
pretty
put up
confident.
a bit of a fight. Talon on the other hand though, still. I think Lenny
Confident
getting
map
those
finish.
2 kills, Ban as well. I mean, pushing up front. just
Everyone's just
fighting
peeking
with
out of
all
the
that
walls. Yeah,
force.
it's back-to-back
And you can
rounds where
hear
people
those
just show like a little
communications
elbow
again.
or something.
It keeps the team alive, it keeps spirits up. And look at this, Governor up to
Okay,
20
sorry, I got it
kills now.
wrong. 4 and
Slow
3.
creeping
We're
up.
off by
Not
1.
as quickly as we saw in the very beginning of the map, but obviously a
Straight
lot
up
more
A
work to
hit.
do on
Recon
the
goes
attacking
over
side.
towards outside 8.
Oh, a bit of a mishap on the flash there as well.
He tried to make the movement work though, but Borkum just
But how? That was...
managing to react that quickly. Another shot coming in from Jeremy as well, and all of a sudden Talon has to reconsider this entire round.
No, they'll spot at least one on Halls, so Jesse Vash, no reason to greed this. You have control of double doors, you have control of the site. You can keep them trapped in the halls, it's not the worst scenario.
Yeah, if anything, Jit Boys has to, I don't know.
Now what? Save?
Either lurk or push up front. They're thinking about making use of the shoot
Prefer not to.
into mid. That's not quite going to happen.
It is just a nightmare
I don't
situation.
mind
You should
this.
just
The
go
shock
for it
dart,
still.
Right? You already showed one person up in halls. You send the shock dart to let them know that we're still thinking
But we're
about
actually,
taking over
yeah, we're
space.
saving her.
You just say if we can keep that occupied.
I think it's
we
not the
should have a
worst because
shot,
of the
but no, it's going to be a
scoreline,
save.
but
I mean, they don't have
Secret
any
are going to be
explosive
so
entry into the
pumped with
site,
this.
And of course, the Cypher most likely
Money.
anchoring on B.
Money's so low,
30 seconds.
3,000
Look at the setup on B2.
for all of this.
I don't think
Huge.
B is a site that
This
they've explored
comeback
all too
is
much,
actually
so there
so
are
on.
some unknown variables. They don't know exactly where these trips might be or where the cam is.
All it means for Talon, though, the good news is that
So-
they can literally get 2 guns on top
There's
of
really
this.
a lot to consider because remember a couple rounds ago,
And
we
it just
saw
means there's
Jesse
a lot
Vash
more
just
weight on the
playing up
next round.
around tunnel, around elbow a little bit. So they're still thinking that Team Secret setup might be 2 on B, 3 on A. So we don't want to toy with that too much, at least for this round.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't have
now
the
there's a lot
KO
of weight
either,
on this
right?
round.
No way to just shut down that utility, so you have to really use everything you got, start to scout it out. And as you mentioned, haven't spent too many rounds figuring out NDG's preferred default setups. But if anyone's going to do it, it's got to be ban on that Yoru. Got it during the pistol round.
Yeah, if not Ben, it's got to be Lenny with the shock darts. Again, information first. So back to the drawing board for Talon now as Team Secret starts to catch up. Jesse Vash kind of catching up in terms of kills too.
Oh,
That's
very
pretty cool, though.
aggressive Shark dart
Yeah,
into
Jesse
elbow.
Vash has a shock
Jesse's
dart
making the same call
that
again,
breaks
right?
the
Just let them know that
camera
we're
that you
looking
do
at
on a
elbow
default when
a
you
bit
put
heavy,
your camera
then
over
let's
towards
try
short.
to reposition ourselves, shift the weight a little bit, but I think he correctly recognized the situation here. No solid info that they're working off of, so just a 2-1-2 default.
Swapped over with Jeremy too. NDG good to anchor, just as Asarai said.
Crash.
Past the cyber cage, but now
Yeah,
suddenly
Recon
pushing
scanned
into
him
it,
on this.
punished by Cruz. Gate crash
like we
allows
said,
Ben
really
to
important
speed
round
and
for them.
infiltrate onto site, just as you mentioned,
Ate
Will.
that shock dart.
And apart from that, look at what's happening on the map. He gets out. Jit Boys still holding up around elbow in case anyone
The lot on
crosses
the
over from
Viper
mid.
duel.
Cruz, as long as he stays
Does
alive
this
up
Viper
over by
check
pillar,
short?
he uses his
He's at
utility.
least been
Still got
hard.
the Reckoning available.
Okay, Jit Boys
There's
should
so
secure
much
this
that
round.
Talon has invested into this round.
Oh, no.
Another shot.
Yeah, not even
Jesse
needed.
Vash out in the open. Borkum revealed by
Nicely
Pan.
done. Not too bad.
That's
Because the
Talon
round
back
before,
into the
obviously Team
game
Secret's
just
got a lot
where
of
they
money.
left.
Envy had
But
full utility ready
winning
to go.
that round,
but
making it look
Cruz
like the
just
save
gets
was
him
definitely the
right
right
before he's
decision
able
here.
to set up the rest of his teammates. Obviously, the distance from each other, not exactly the ideal. But this gate crash was brilliant. Ban gate crashes into the site, so NDG has to wait. But then Cruz holds before pushing out of the cyber cage, as they know that he now has to pick and choose the 50-50 between the Euro and the decoy. And then they just pinch onto him. During all that, Ban's able to still get the first kill on site as well.
Recon top mid, and it looks
now,
like Jeremy
because they
wanted
have
to go
the successful
aggro.
B
Does
execute,
the
I
server
mean, Team
shoot
Secret,
this?
They can't really rest on their laurels on any part of
Wait.
the map.
Yeah,
The
just
Recon
trying to
goes
change
to
up
the
everything
top
now.
here, so it
NDG
doesn't scan
swapping up
anyone
his
going
setup
close.
on towards B side as well.
But Jeremy can kind of
trying
just
to
stroll around all the
explore
middle,
mid a
and they
little
might
bit,
have felt like they
maybe
cleared
pull off
this.
something cheeky. But again, this high tide just makes him question a lot. But guess what? Talon's actually corralled up towards B instead. Just watching elbow.
A good read, you have to imagine, on what the potential is from Team Secret, right? Because they just pressured B successfully as well. Talon's read is that Team Secret has to push out to get info.
Apart from that too, I mean, that's what they're playing off of. Now they want to get their own info past enough time. Dimensional Drift does clear out a lot, so NDG has no choice but to relinquish the site.
Relay boats corralling him.
Ooh.
That was kind of
Comboed
sick
with
as well. He's
Van
just
and the
literally just saying to spam onto
dimensional
him at one
crash.
point there
Gets
so they
out
can
another
spam
one.
through the
Jesse
wall and
Vash
kill.
making a trade happen, so not impossible for Team Secret to come back.
Yeah,
Jeremy on the flank, but so is Lenny.
they invested
Now
a lot into this
cuts
one.
the timer
Oh
for
my
Lenny quite
God.
short, but I don't think they're aware at all. So if Chip Boys can stay alive alongside Governor, this is huge.
Lenny,
Here
Gets
comes
one.
I was going to say, is he
Lenny,
going to
all
go
right.
pull the
Managed to
trigger
pull
on this?
attention
Or
away, Envy turns back around. Toxic Screen back up, and Jitboy still trying to keep things alive. Governor and Envy, though, suddenly pitched down. And with that, the spike available.
Hey, nice
they
shots
knew
there.
where Lenny was. They knew where he was about to show up.
Maybe
and Envy
you could argue that
collects
Lenny
another round
should
for
have
Team
had-
Secret.
should have relaxed a little bit, but
Team Secret
I think they just had
immediately
no
ups the
map control. They
tempo
were
as
always going
soon
to go
as they
down here.
recognize that Lenny gets the first kill on the
They
flank.
just literally
Instead
just
of trying
boxed
to say,
in,
well,
that's
one
it.
person watch for Lenny, and the rest of us will go in and go for 1v1. So you just say, well, he's still pretty far out. He would have to walk all the way up to Arches to be able to combat us and provide backup. So let's just push in and win these fights. And Jeremy's lurk, I mean, he catches sight alongside Cruz. They see each other in mid, and Jeremy just follows all the way. Good call.
So kind of just like forgetting for a second that although, yes, they might have been pushing out on defense, Team Secret, to get more info, they could also put themselves into deeper positions to lurk like what Jeremy did. And that gives them to that 7-11. Talon now calling their first timeout, trying to collect on those last 2 rounds.
it's so savage,
Talon,
isn't
they
it?
seem to have the number, especially in the first half, but the attacking side, I like the attempted hit onto B, that success that brought them their 11th round win, but not quite as much control around the map just yet.
I
mean,
swear
on
that wasn't
defense,
happening
they were
yesterday.
running
It wasn't
amok.
as
They
bad as
held
that at
mid,
the
they
very
held
least.
pillar, they
I
held
can't
both
even
sides, they
remember
held
like
A
thinking
main.
that it was bad
Sometimes
yesterday.
they pushed out a B
I don't
main,
know if the
get that
camera
early
angle's like
pick.
lower down or something now.
But on attack, I mean, first of all, not too many answers about pressuring mid, right? And this is allowing Team Secret to just say, all right, pressure one side, go back to 2-1-2 default, and then shift the weight over on a timer.
Oh, yeah. Haven't really gone through mid. Haven't really, played much around halls
Right.
either. They did
Timeout
think
comes
about
in,
that halls
and
play
we
with
are
that,
still using the
3-on-5
shock dart over
round
towards
where
here, but we haven't
lost
actually
early
explored this.
on.
They just think that they're creating pressure by breaking
Well, this
it.
is going to be finally the Yoru trying to shake up the utility from Cypher as Jeremy gets the first kill. And NDG was ready for this too. I mean, Ban got pinged by the cam, so he has to slow down. He can't just go in.
Yeah, every single time though, Jeremy's
the
just
setup
popping
and the
his
gate crash
dash
out.
early. It's taking Jules.
Far out, he still gets a shot onto Lenny. So he just lost a little bit of info gathering. Now we're starting to creep up instead.
Well, two-pronged attack. So they've always got a backup plan.
Okay, all the way up and through halls. Jesse Vash is right on the other end. Gets the information. Jeremy still staying tucked away and hidden.
So Talon seems to have heard and or seen Jesse Vash on the rotate back over to A. Now, the recon just comes out, so they're both stuck in their own position. But the real question is can they break into B? Because otherwise, Jeremy's just holding mid. And Talon doesn't have proof that Jeremy's here.
Oh,
Not even a guess, it
Double
looks
push
like.
tube as well.
thought they might have
Oh man, the
had an
timing
idea,
is
but guess not.
the timing is here.
With that now, Team
30
Secret very
seconds
much in
left.
control over the map. Van trying to fight back, but not for long. 5 HP. His teammate in the spike drop.
Dude, this map should not be looking this defense-sided.
The round is over. I guess he's going for that save. 15 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, only 5 HP, and your econ's
10
not
seconds
exactly even across the board. And we've been trading rounds back and forth, so not quite at the maximum loss streak bonus. Talon.
Obviously, it
carrying
helps when
one
you have
man
the
to
Cypher,
over,
but
losing a lot of steam. And this one, it could have very well looked different had Lenny been alive, right? They could have pressured a lot more with the Sylvia utility, but now Jeremy seems a bit more warmed up, a bit more confident, digging deep to really cut up the forces from Talon Esports.
That's what we need to see them do, especially on this defensive side. If they can repeat that formula, it's going to be that much more difficult for Talon. NDG going back to the slightly different setup still, but heavily anchoring on the B side. The game plan has swapped back up to what we saw just a few rounds ago. A solo NDG on B.
Yeah, but this is a
3.
retake from Team Secret.
yeah.
And they get
3
the ping
though in
onto
terms of
pretty
getting
much
the info.
everybody,
Oh.
if not, literally everybody on the side of Talon. So backups
We get
now arrived
full
as well.
info
And,
once the
Talon,
knife
you
hits.
have
They
to
realize they
reset
can
at the
take
very
aim in,
least.
take the angle.
Yeah, retake
Op
setup
is set up,
too.
and they are
Talon
going
has
back to this. And you
reconsider their
might say that
options, but
Jeremy,
given the time passed, they never quite know.
he did
who
just
might
want to
be on
check
the other
close
side,
right.
and it's going to be Jeremy with an operator.
They suspect something.
One
Yeah.
pixel is all it takes. Shot hasn't been fired off. Oh, the movement from Governor. A sudden
He's just
jumped
jumping
over
around.
And carried the
Wait,
momentum
dude, you got no
through.
dash.
Jeremy repeats
Jeremy.
though. Is that good? The cascade pushes him away, and Governor wants to pressure it.
Oh, the
the
battle.
blade storm. Right click, and then Lenny with the shorty. Ben is here to assist as well. So although Governor dies, it's enough space for Talon to potentially take the site. High Tide blocks off so much vision.
Spike gets planted. Post plant, not bad. You could even go for a rotate, even the pit to make sure. I mean, this is going up to match point for Talon.
Wow, and all they got to do is to protect the Viper right now, up around the edges of this Viper's pit.
I mean, Secret wants to attempt this so badly, but it just looks nigh impossible.
So many layers of safety. Cruz dies. We still got Jit Boys. We still got Ben and
There's
Lenny on the other
there's
side
some
of
low
Cave.
HPs here, but
So it's the call for Envy to save instead.
okay, gonna be 4 chances to close this one out.
Looking at their creds, I don't mind that they attempted to go into the pit.
Yeah, and
You
this was
don't
just too
wanna
risky
give
for
over
Jeremy.
that
It's as
point.
simple as that.
And you still had another flash drive.
Sometimes you got to accept that you just missed a shot and you can fall back here.
Sure, there's a world. There's a world.
If he has
where a story
dash,
could be told, but
I'm so fine
not
for
in
him
that
to just
one.
take
And
the
Talon
duel.
goes up
But
to
with
map
no
point.
dash,
Lost a lot of steam in the second half, but it was only a couple steps
Not a
up
thing.
to here.
Yeah, picked it up again. I mean, again, it might just also be Breeze on defense, and you know, you got to figure out those openings, and especially with Talon. I mean, Team Secret now starting to peek out a little bit more. They had to adapt, and adapt they did.
Yes, this should do.
Well, this is, it's actually giving me a bit of a nightmare flashback to when DRX just couldn't figure out how to attack on Breeze on an international stage. And a lot of it comes down to they keep tabs on the actual setup, and they're just trying to combat the setup itself. On a site, ban.
that
Great opening
is
kill, takes out the operator from the opposing side.
Don't just combat the
A
setup, right?
massive
Combat
pick.
the players.
Well, okay, sure.
I like
yes,
this
combat
wall
the
over
players
towards here as well,
What
middle,
I'm trying to
actually.
say is you want to work the map, right? If you're just saying, okay, well, they hide in this cubby,
like
they
the
have
harbor
this
wall's
strip, let's
pretty
go in and
cool.
break it and
Blocks
break it and
vision
break
here,
it.
blocks
You
vision
still,
here.
at the end of the day,
Just
have
creates.
to not
I mean,
only
it kind of
win
creates the
the
same pressure
fights,
that
but they make
Viper
one
smoke
micro
would.
adjustment, one change in timing, and it throws the entire thing off. Now, I would say Talon, a bit more flexibility here in the second half. Also, they didn't need to win as many rounds, but this time, Van's operator is the one who really shakes things up.
The decoy as well makes Borkum
Double
feel a little
pick.
bit uneasy.
I'm out of here.
And then the fast lane, they think it's going to be an A hit, but look at where the spike's headed towards.
Yeah, the nail in the coffin pretty much. Now, a pretty early call from Team Secret. They recognize this as they don't hear any more footsteps, but whoa, Governor flying high off
and
the
he gets the
boxes.
kill. Honestly, I feel like the
1v5.
attack op. So many people overstep a little bit the attack op right now. At least from what we're seeing in these games, probably gets so much success.
This first map goes to Talon.
A
They
huge
look really
showing
good, dude. Governor
from
had
Governor.
an
Obviously,
absolute
ex-teammates with Rossi from T1,
mental
two
half.
members coming over from Turtle Troop, from the challenger scene in North America.
I do think a Team Secret will
And
look
they're
that one
here to
back and just
say
be like,
that
why did we
talent
rush
is not
sites so much,
lacking
though?
on the other side of the globe.
They really would have benefited from
A great
defaulting more.
debut for Governor, but it is a best of 3.
They got
I think a lot of
they
us
got 3
perhaps
rounds
expected a
against
bit more from
no
Team
Sentinel
Secret
comp.
in terms of the mid-rounding, the adjustments, the synergy even.
It really doesn't make sense to
but
like
just not able to
sight
do
hit
that.
when they're playing against a
And I
Yoru
guess we're
and a
gonna leave the
Neon.
rest for our analysts to pick up because, wow, what a match to break down.
But also, Governor was just outrageous.
Showing what they're made